Interestingly, before the 2012 movie came out, Tricolor Cockades did not show up all that often in adaptations. They did show up to some extent in the musical staging, including in the original Broadway cast staging. You can see here we have shots from various stagings of the musical from before the movie. Usually, if anyone in the musical is wearing a tricolor cockade, it's Gavroche. If Gavroche is not wearing a cockade, no one is wearing a cockade. So you can see various Gavroches there. The shot from London 2011 shows quite a few people wearing them, although the shot is zoomed out enough, it's hard to tell. You can see Gavroche in a tricolor sash in the original Broadway cast. The sashes actually seem to have been more common in the Broadway stagings than the cockades, but the cockades do come and go. Looking at other adaptations before the movie, tricolor cockades do not really turn up that much. I was not actually able to find any shots, although people here who have more comprehensive knowledge, there's probably at least one that used them because there are so many. But none of the ones I was aware of or had access to screenshots of seemed to show them. However, after 2012, we do start seeing cockades show up in more adaptations. Here are some of the most important post-2012 adaptations. We have Angel Food from what hopefully is the first of many Muppet adaptations. You can see him in his red jacket and cockade. Here's the cover of one of the volumes of the Aramanga. Again, Enjolras wearing a cockade, very present on the cover, important part of the imagery. Here's one of the board books that Ellen was talking about in the previous panel. And again, we have the leader of the Barricade, who I think is probably Mary's here, but it could be a combined Mary's Enjolras, again, wearing a cockade on the red jacket as a fundamental part of the imagery. You'll see that post-2012, if someone's wearing a cockade, it's usually the leader of the Barricade, probably Enjolras is the equivalent. Not all post-2012 adaptations do use it. I couldn't find any evidence, for example, that BBC used it. Generally, it seems to be if they're trying to call back in some way to the popularity of the movie, they're more likely to use it. If they're trying to make a case that they're not copying from the movie, they're less likely to use it because it's so closely associated with the movie.